Hello everybody, it is December 11th, 2020, and I'm out on the pond today with another motor. This motor is not mine, this one was brought to me for service. It's a 1984 Johnson 4-horse. It has a lower cowl, I just don't have it on here right now because I'm just out for a test run. I seem to have finally made this one happy. This one came to me, it was kind of a mess. The rewind was messed up, the rope was hanging out, and that had gotten wedged into the flywheel somehow. It wouldn't shift and it wouldn't run. So I started out by getting the rewind freed up. That wasn't too difficult. I think the screw had gotten loose and it got wedged in the flywheel and whatever. So that went together pretty easily. The shifting, I think it just wasn't assembled correctly the last time it was put together, because once I got the lower unit off the shift rod, I could manually work it, and when I got it back together, the linkage had come loose at the bottom of the shift rod, but other than that, it was okay. I tightened that up and it works fine now. As far as the tune-up goes and it not running, this one got a new set of coils, new points, condensers, plugs, and plug wires. The carb, I cleaned the carb. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with the parts, but it was dirty. It had been sitting for quite a while, and it was gummed up, so I went through that and cleaned that all out. And I changed the water pump impeller and put new gear oil in the lower unit. After I got this together the first time, the power head would run, but I couldn't get it to pump. So no water was coming through it. So I took the lower unit off and I tried the pump by itself just on the lower unit with a drill, and it was pumping, so I started looking for a blockage. So I pulled the power head the first time and found that the lower, or the base gasket, had been assembled with RTV silicone, and some of that had squeezed into the holes that pass the cooling water. With a lot of trial and compressed air and lubricants and so forth, I finally got a piece of that to blow out, and it would pass compressed air freely again. So I reassembled it and tried it once again. Still no pumping water. So I took it apart again. I tried the same thing. Didn't get anything else out, so I thought, well, just by chance it might work. Put it back together, still wasn't pumping water. So then it was time to tear into the power head a little farther. Pulled the exhaust cover off. After I took the power head off, I pulled the exhaust cover off, and I found in the upper water passage in the jacket of the power head, a piece of plastic had melted and flowed through that passage and stopped against the exhaust cover and melted flat against that and completely blocked the flow of water. I was able to pull that thing out, put the exhaust cover back on, and tried it again. After I reassembled it, I started it, and then it pumps water. So now it is pumping water and running properly. I did one previous test run on it, and it still wasn't running quite right, so I took the carburetor off again and gave it another clean. I think it must not have gotten everything out of the high speed, because it would run pretty well up to about 3/4 throttle, and then it would kind of stumble and not work very well after that. That seems to be remedied now, and I believe we are back in business. So let's start this thing up and give it a run around the pond, see how it turned out. This one's got forward and neutral, and you turn it around for reverse. It's about 44 degrees today, and most of the ice is gone on the pond, but there is a little bit left, so it might get a little crunchy if I get up toward the one end. I'm going to back away from the shore, and then we'll start this up and take you for a ride around the pond. Okay, let's give it a start and see what she does. reverse. Back into forward. Alright, looks like she's ready to go. That'll do it on this one. Till next time, thanks for watching. Keep your prop out of the mud.